Hi everyone! Welcome back to Living in Korea. I'm your host Emily from Canada. Have you ever wondered what it's actually like to live in Korea? Maybe we can go around and find some people who will let us know what it's like. Today we're in Hongdae. There's lots of foreigners here, so let's go find some people and ask them questions. Let's go! Hi!
Hey,
How you doing?
I'm doing good, and you?
Good, I'm good. So I'm gonna ask you to give me your name,
Okay.
your home country, and how long you've been in Korea for, please.
Okay, so I'm Kofi. I'm from Germany, and I'm now about 7 months in Korea.
Well, I'm Destiny. I'm from the Netherlands and I've been here for around 2 months in total now.
My name is Camilla. I'm from Germany and I came in April 2022.
Hello, my name is Semi. I'm from Germany also, and I'm here since the 2nd of August 2022.
So today's topic is all about what it's like being a foreigner living in Korea. So we're
Okay.
just gonna ask you a little bit about your experience here so far. How has your experience been in Korea so far? Like if you were to rate it out of 10.
I would give 8
Oh, okay.
because the lifestyle in Korea is really nice.
Yeah.
To go in cafe or in restaurants is really nice, but the working life as a foreigner is a little bit hard.
Like a 9,
Oh,
I would say.
that's pretty good.
Yeah, because everyone puts in effort to really communicate with you and
Yes.
just be kind. And in the Netherlands, it's really different, honestly.
Oh, really?
I would say so. People are more really judgmental on the street.
Oh.
So it's really nice. You can just wear whatever you want and just be yourself here.
Yeah, especially in Seoul, probably.
Yeah.
If you go outside of Seoul, it's not like that really.
No.
But here, it's definitely like that.
And 9.5.
That's very good, actually. So why? Why do you rate it so highly?
I think because the friends I've met in Korea,
Oh.
and also I like the atmosphere. I like to go outside even in evening times, and you can still find a lot of restaurants which are still open. But in Germany, it's not like that. At around 10 p.m., mostly all the restaurants close in Germany. But here in Korea, it's even at 12 p.m. You can still go outside, eat,
Yes.
which is crazy though.
Yeah. Nightlife and everything is open late here. So
Yep.
yeah, I feel like I would miss that if I left. Right? What do you do in Korea for work?
I'm actually still looking for a job now.
Oh.
Now I'm just living in Airbnbs and stuff.
Oh.
So I'm just moving from place to place now.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of hard.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it'll get better.
I work in a guest house
Oh.
and I came with a working holiday visa.
Oh, nice. That's interesting. I haven't met anybody that does that yet. That's really cool. What about you,
Yes.
Sammy?
Me too, we work together.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
I'm also doing freelancer modeling here in Korea, but
Yes.
it's kind of hard because I'm not actually the Korean standard.
Ah, but I
So-
saw your pictures. You look really good. Yes.
Thank you.
So, do you feel like you're welcomed by Koreans?
Yes and no. Yes, because for me personally, I can talk to people and go around. So Koreans are a little bit shy, what I've seen so far, and also what my Korean friend in Germany told me. So he was like, you have to take the initiative and start the conversation. But as
Yes.
soon as you start the conversation, Koreans are very, very open to talk to you because they're mostly shy because they think that maybe their English is not good, so they are overthinkers. So that's why if you start the conversation, then the Koreans mostly will talk to you back and respond.
Yes. And they're pretty curious about other cultures too. So I'm sure when you're like, oh, I'm from Germany, that they're
Yeah, actually,
asking lots of questions.
actually, when I went to restaurants and then when the owner comes to me and asks me, yeah, where are you from? And I will say that I'm from Germany. Oh, Togi sarang. I mean, yeah, Nene, I'm from Germany. And then they will start asking questions and they will did you try this before? Did you try this before on the menu? I'm like, nah. And then they're like, okay, now you have to try it. And they even give it service. So
Wow.
on the house, I don't have to pay actually. And I'm like, that's very generous from
Oh,
the
yeah.
owners. This happened a lot of times.
Wow, that's really nice. Well, you have good energy, so they probably are picking up on that.
Maybe, I don't
It's
know.
the smile. Look at that.
Thank you very much.
I do, but also because I already had friends here, so it's a lot easier to, find your own space. Yeah, they were definitely very welcoming.
Yes, I think the most Koreans are really open and they are kind and they are interested in my culture. So they
That's
always
true.
ask where I am from.
Yes.
For me, is that I think I feel me more welcome here in Korea than in Germany.
Really?
Yes, because Korean people are really open-minded for foreigner and they're really interested in foreigners' culture.
Yes.
And in Germany, it's kind of different.
Oh.
But I think Korea people are really friendly to us foreigners.
Have you had any like culture shock where you were like, oh, that's different?
Yeah, for me, like that the old people work here really long time
Yeah.
and about the drink style. So they drink a lot
Yeah.
every day.
But in Germany, people drink a lot too, right? Beer, maybe.
It's like the after work beer, but
Oh.
actually the most German people drink only at the weekend, like Saturday.
Oh.
And in Korea, like in our work, like in the guest house, the co-workers of us drink like really every day, like after working together.
Yes.
And for us, it's sometimes a little bit too much because they drink really a lot.
Yeah. In Germany, when people are drinking, like if they're on the weekends and they're drinking, do people have like anju, like drinking food?
No, we only drink or eat, but not together.
That's how it is in Canada too.
Yeah.
So I also thought that was really like surprising because Koreans, if you don't know, Koreans eat something called anju, which just means food that is accompanied with the alcohol. So yeah, you eat a lot and drink a lot at the same time.
Yeah.
It's different in Germany than
In Germany, the most people like eat before like 2 or 3 hours before a little bit, then go drinking, and
Yeah.
after drinking we go eat.
Yes, same
Yeah.
in Canada.
Yeah, when we went to restaurants, actually, like in Germany, if you go to a restaurant, usually the waiter comes to you.
Yeah.
But here, like the people will say like you have to like scream to the waiter in order to like get noticed.
Chogyo!
Yeah, it's always like Chogyo. I'm like, "Ah." So then my Korean friends always tell me like, just say it, and I'm like Chogyo, like louder, Chogyo, louder. I'm like, "Ah." I'm kind of getting used to it.
That button's pretty nice too, though, right?
Yes.
The button.
Yeah. If
Love
you
the
just
button.
press the button, and then around 5 seconds later, the waiter will come.
These days, a lot of restaurants have like a tablet menu at the table, or like right when you go into the restaurant, there'll be like a huge tablet that you just order on and pay beforehand. What's hard about it?
To get a job.
Ah.
And to get a job with a good payment.
Yes.
This
yes.
is really hard.
Yeah, it took me 10 years to finally get where I wanted to be with work, so it takes time, but you can get there.
Yeah.
It's really hard to find as a foreigner a job in Korea. I think the most foreigners use Seoul Craigslist,
Oh,
but in Germany you have easier chance to find another job. Like just go there and ask for a job. But in Korea it's really hard if you don't speak like perfect or fluent Korean. Yeah,
yes,
so if you want to find a job, you need, I think, to speak perfect in Korean.
So maybe like learn Korean a bit first before
Yeah.
you get here.
I'm a really picky eater.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm like a
Oh.
horrible eater. So I'm just kind of like, for now, sticking to what I know.
I mean, if you go to a mart, are you able to find like the food that you need for cooking at home or something, or like?
I mean, the like smaller convenience stores, not really. They're like all pretty small. You really need to go to the bigger ones and that have like foods from other countries as well.
Yeah. What has been like the most positive thing for you about being here?
I would say the people actually, because every time I go outside, I'll always meet new people, and they're always curious, as you told before, like where you're from, and they're actually pretty nice if you like kind of get to know them better. But I will also say like my obviously my student friends I've met in Korea so far, they're very nice. You always hang out.
And so you probably have met a lot of friends from a lot of different countries then, right?
Yeah,
So now like after this, you're gonna have just friends all over the world. That's pretty cool.
yeah, that's actually cool. So
Yeah.
I met a lot of Dutch friends.
Oh.
And also a lot of Spanish friends, and they were like, yeah, as soon as you come back to Germany, we have like the Schengen visa, so I can just book a flight and visit the Netherlands or Spain for like $50 or something.
Public transport.
Oh.
It's way better here. It's
Yeah.
so bad over there. So it's really, you can easily go wherever you want. And the fact that there's like a lot of cafes and just public stuff you can do. I guess that I can just be myself without, being judged randomly on the streets.
Yeah.
So that's honestly one of the great things, and also why I was like, if I'm gonna go somewhere, Korea would be a great place.
I think the lifestyle and to see how kind Koreans are really in Korea to foreigners, and the culture different between Germany or like foreigner countries and Korea.
Lifestyle and nightlife is here
Oh.
really crazy.
That's right.
More than in Germany. So
Oh.
yeah.
What's it like in Germany for like nightlife?
There's just at weekend most time.
Friday,
But
Saturday.
yeah, Friday, Saturday. Here's every day.
But is it like club culture a lot, or like just bars, or is there both?
I think it's the difference between German people at party and Korean people, because Korean people are really open and invite people to
Yeah.
drink together.
Yes.
But in Germany, if you go to club, you just go with friends
Oh.
and you stay all night with these friends and no people around join this group. But in Korea, like one group see you and say, "Oh, you look nice, so come to us, drink with us."
Oh,
They're really
that's fun.
friendly.
Yeah, that's really fun. You mean like Korean people or other foreigners?
I think the Korean people,
Oh.
yeah, they're really open for foreigners to drink together or to meet each other again.
Do you ever feel homesick?
No, actually not. Like many people ask me that question, like if I feel homesick or like if I miss my family, and I always say no, because not even as a mean reason.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like I just live in the same country with my parents, but not in the same city. Because if I ever feel homesick or I want to like speak to my mother, I can simply call them
That's
due
right.
to technology.
That's
or
right.
can even FaceTime them if I want to see their face.
Yes.
So for me personally, it's just like living in the same country but in a different city.
Most of the foreigners that I've met, and I've been here for 10 years, so I've noticed like you go through phases. You go through like kind of phases where you'll feel homesick and then you'll be like, I don't need to go home. I'm so happy here. I'm so sad here.
Yeah, and I
think-
also think that because of I have a regular schedule because I go to school. It's like I wake up, go to school, have lunch with my friends, and then by the time school finishes already 4 to 4:30.
Yeah.
Then we go outside, grab something to eat. So by then it's already 8. So then if you want to, you can go outside to bars or something, or you just simply go home or to a cafe.
Yeah.
So because I have like this schedule, I
Yeah.
don't necessarily feel homesick.
Yes.
But some students, especially when we have like holiday season or something,
Yeah.
then they feel a little bit homesick because they don't have like this regular schedule.
No, but honestly, that rarely ever happens with me. I'm just,
You're independent?
I would like to say so, yeah.
Yes. That's good. How old are you?
I'm 19.
Egida. She's a baby.
For me, sometimes because I miss my family, my pets, my friends, but the Korean lifestyle is really amazing. So my dream is to stay forever here in Korea.
Oh.
So sometimes I have homesickness, but I
Yeah.
think to live in Korea give me feeling better.
Do you have any other advice for people when they're trying to come live here or visit here? Is there anything you want people to know before they come?
I think the really important stuff is to download the Korean apps like Kakao Map, Naver, Kakao Metro. I also think one of really important is to bring a lot of money here, maybe like more than 10,000 euro or dollar to be safe. And I think also to come alone is really hard here, because I think the best thing is to come with any friend here
Yeah.
or already to have some friends here.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
for the beginners, like for me, it was really hard to be here alone. But I have some friend here, like her.
Yes.
So she helped me a lot really to start my life here in Korea.
So are you learning Korean then?
Yeah,
Good. How's it going?
it's really hard because
Oh.
I'm really bad in new languages to learn.
Ah. How are you learning though? What method are you using?
I'm still beginner. I'm
Yes.
learning with my friends together,
Oh.
or sometimes with Koreans go like tandem. Like I
Ah.
teach them in English or in German, and they teach me in
Oh.
Korean.
Oh, that's good. Like
And-
a language exchange?
Yeah, exactly. And it's
Ah.
really good to make also friends.
Yeah.
But obviously, like as a student or as a person who wants to live long in Korea, you should definitely learn Hangul, because I think this is very important if you like visit a country to at least know some of the words in order to like do basic communication if you want to, or if you plan to stay longer in the country, you should definitely learn the language. Because as soon as you learn the language, like even the interactions with locals is different. Because for me, I had like a Korean 1 class in my school. So when I went outside and met like new foreigners or new Koreans especially, and I even started to speak a little bit with my broken Korean, but then they were like, "Oh, you speak Korean," and then obviously like the whole attitude changed. Like it was kind of like an icebreaker. So then they didn't feel the pressure to like speak full in English.
All right, well, thank you so much for stopping and chatting with me today.
Oh, thank you for having me. 안녕하세요. Bye bye.
Thank you so much. Okay, guys, well, thank you so much for stopping and chatting with me today. Oh, awesome. Well, anyway, thank you so much for chatting with me. And
Of course, no problem.
have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
So what do you think? Do you think that maybe you have a better idea now of what it's like to live in Korea? Maybe you want to come here. Leave us some comments below and let us know what you thought of the video. And as well, if you live here already, tell us what you think it's really like to be a foreigner in Korea. Okay, so please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and join me next time for more videos about living in Korea. Bye!